Hey y'all, it's Nancy the Handy Scandy. Welcome back for another crafty venture. Today we are going to make another set of mixed media tags, but this is going to be start to finish, from gel print to heat embossing. Sadly, I missed a little bit of the very end. The footage was just corrupt, so I don't have the splatters and creating the signature, but other than that, this is start to finish. So I have my 6x6 gel plate, and I have two different colors of alcohol ink. It's a purple and a yellow. I believe it's honeycomb, and I could not tell you what the purple is. I've said before, I don't tend to keep track of the names of mediums that I use in terms of colors, but if you guys want to know, you let me know in advance. Let me know downstairs if that's something you'd like me to start keeping track of, and I will. So I laid down a little bit of ink, gently brayered them out, and now here comes the kitchen wrap. Just some cling wrap. Just peel it off, just take it straight from your kitchen, bring it straight to the craft room, and just lay it down and make sure it's nice and wrinkly, because all those wrinkles is what creates that beautiful texture. So I let it dry for about 2 days, and now here's where we get to hear it peel off. Everybody loves that crackle. All right, so speeding it back up, just a little bit of white acrylic paint, just brayer it out nice and thin. And then I think this is 80-pound cardstock. You can use whatever kind of paper you want. You can use envelopes, you can use anything. But here is the pull, and you can see all of that beautiful, glorious texture, and you can see where the colors mixed a little bit there in the middle. Yeah, that's really nice. So now I learned this technique from Birgit Koopsen. I've shared it before in the past, but yeah, just really wanted to show that whole process. And somebody had asked me the whole process in a previous video where I just showed the pull, and I just wanted to abide by that because y'all had asked to see it. So here we are. And now I've decided that I want to put these giant kissy lips in the middle because I thought that they were just fun when I saw them in my stash. But you can see that I did not stamp it out very well. I'm using my Brutus Monroe sticky ink, my embossing ink, and I embossed it, or I stamped it several times, but still not a really good impression. And so I went ahead and did the heat embossing, and I put it right back in my MISTI, made sure I pushed it right down in that corner so everything was nice and tight and in the right place. And look at this. This is good. That's a beautiful impression, holding lots and lots of embossing powder, and you can see that magic. You can see it all come to life. It goes from matte and gritty to shiny and glossy. Look at that. So smooth, so shiny, so much texture and bling. And so here I have already cut them out. I use the mini slimline tag dies from Whimsy. And now I don't know what I'm going to do. So I know I wanted to make tags. And then I'm looking at it and I think, yep, I need to do something to kind of make that circular shape more pronounced. So I just bring out one of my fine liners from Arteza, and I just make a dashed line around the circle on both sides, both tags. I just go all the way around. And then I was looking at it, and the lips needed to stand out as well. So in this case, I have a watercolor pencil. It is just from my stash. I don't know if it's an Arteza. I do have the Arteza watercolor pencils, but I don't think this is one of them. I think it's someone else. But anyway, I went all the way around the lips, and then I bring just a little bit of water in that watercolor brush, and I wet it down, and then I add more of the ink or the pigment from the watercolor pencil, and then it really starts to kind of blend and bleed, if you will, and it really spreads, and it adds this beautiful grungy highlight around the whole thing. So you can see the difference between the one on the left, where there is no shadow around the lips, and the one on the right where there's lots of shadow. So when I got both sides done, then I decided that I wanted to do some grungy ink blending, and then of course I had to do some stenciling with my crackle paste, both from Tim Holtz, and just loving it. I love this stencil. I love that it has both the kind of grungy dots on the bottom as well as the chevron on the top. It's really cool. And so here I had to just wipe a little bit of smudges away off the heat embossing, and I put a little bit more stenciling as well on the left tag on the bottom right. It was pretty naked, so I had to go in and do that. And so this is a technique that I've shared with you guys many, many times, where I'll take the edge of my project, whether it's a card, a panel, a tag, as you can see, and I just rub it in the sticky ink, and I just get all of that beautiful, grungy, elegant embossing powder. And sometimes I'll put it back on the ink pad like you saw me do there and heat it up. Sometimes while the embossing is still hot and melty on my tag, I'll dip it back into the powdery embossing powder where it's still gritty and not been melted. So because when it's still melty on your tag and you dip it into the powder, it will stick, and then you just heat it up, and then you get all that beautiful grungy elegance all around the edges. And then as you can see, I'm just adding the little twines on the top. I think that's fun. It adds a little bit of whimsy to them. And here is where I really lost my footage. So I added a little piece behind the back to create a signature out of them. I've shown that in some other videos. I'll try to link them downstairs. And then I did some splatter with my Posca pen, and I added those cute little black hearts from Honeybee. I just thought the hearts kind of brought it all together, and I think they're adorable. Guys, tell me what you think. I wanted to do this start to finish and just kind of get your take on that, because sometimes I'll do a bunch of pulls and then I'll go back and do projects. I wanted to do this one a little bit different for you guys. So let me know your thoughts downstairs. If you are new here, welcome. I'd invite you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button if you liked this video, found it enjoyable, interesting, educational, or liked it for any other reason. And of course, for those of you who have been on my Crafty Tribe for a while, I thank you. I appreciate you. I always love it when you come back and spend some time with me. Guys, drop me a comment downstairs and I'll meet you down there. And until next time, mwah, this is Nancy, the Handy Scandy, and I'm out.